Hi, I'm John Folks. Let's grow someplace. Right here I have a plant. It's a tomato plant, Cherokee Purple. It's an heirloom, but it's one I kind of saved out and decided not to prune so that I could show how to prune a tomato plant. If you look at the tomato plant here, you've got what looks like an entirely new plant coming off the side. So you've got a new top, and yeah, there's buds and flowers and everything on it, but it's gonna keep growing and growing and growing foliage if I don't tell it to do something otherwise. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just take this branch and just pop it all the way off. So I've got like an entire tomato plant. I just popped it off so that it would force its growth into producing fruit up higher. Here's another one here. Just gonna break that off. A little one here, and any of these guys in the little limb pits.
Show me again.
Right here.
Nice close-up.
And that would just come off. And I prefer to do this without a knife. I'd rather do it with my fingers. That way it seems to have a better chance of healing that way. And as we get up here, I don't see any more little ones there. And so it's got the top and it's got where it's going to be budding. So that would be one way to prune indeterminate tomato plant. Indeterminate, there's two different types of tomato plant. You have the determinate plants and the indeterminate plants, and the difference between the two is that an indeterminate plant will shoot up and it'll produce some flowers and some fruits, and it'll shoot farther up and it'll produce some more flowers and some more fruits. A determinate plant would be what most tomato farmers probably would use because they want a large crop all at the same time. And what it will do is it'll shoot up and it'll branch out. It'll bloom all at the same time, produce fruit all at the same time, and pretty much have a large grouping of fruit all ripe at the same time. Which would be great in a canning situation if you're trying to can up a bunch of tomato sauce or stewed tomatoes, or if you wanted to just have a large harvest of tomatoes all at one time. Most home growers will probably have an indeterminate plant where it just keeps growing up and up and up, and it's a good idea, especially in the Northwest, to prune it to where it's just a single stem. That way you're getting less foliage and more fruit, you know, forcing it to fruit quicker. In this case, right here, I'm going to take off these branches that when I transplant it, these branches may actually hit the ground. We don't want any of the branches hitting the dirt when we transplant it. And so I'm just going to take a couple of those branches off. In fact, I think I'm going to take them up to here, because being a tomato plant, I can plant it all the way up to there if I want to. I've decided to plant this particular plant a little higher up because I'm going to have my grapefruit tree in front of it, and so it's going to have to just reach for the sky and do its best to get some light. Perfect root system. Alrighty. Now I'll have to send a piece of jute twine up to the bamboo here and tie it up. Okay, so here we are in the front garden with some more tomato plants that I never pruned, and so I've got kind of a hodgepodge of tomato plants. Luckily they're in the hottest part of the yard and they are producing tomatoes, but they were in way earlier than any of the other tomatoes I have. I even have a ripening one down here at the bottom. And I'm not sure even what kind of tomato plants these are. These were all given to me from someone moving, as all of them I have pretty much were. So I'm saying that I've got some tomatoes off of this piece of plant here and some off of this one here, but you know, I'm thinking I'd rather get a couple of them producing really well. So first of all, I'm going to tie it up. I'm going to go ahead and string this tomato plant up to where I can kind of look at what I've got, and then I'll decide which branches I want to keep. Try to find the main stem, which this is probably the main stem here that's laying down. This is what a tomato plant does in the wild, is it lays down and it sends up all these other ones and then they root, and it keeps going like that because then it doesn't have to create tomatoes. It'll just keep replanting itself stick by stick, and it'll have a whole bunch of little ones just by having foliage. So I want it to produce tomatoes because that's why I've got it in the garden. So I'm going to coax it into producing more tomatoes and less foliage. So first of all, I need to make it grow up. So I use jute twine and okay, so on this plant I've decided to keep 2 stems for certain. The top of this one and the top of the original stem keep growing up. And now I've got them to where hopefully they'll go straight up to the top of the strings. But the rest of these guys I'm going to keep from having them grow anymore. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take the tops of these guys off. That way it won't grow up anymore, and I'll keep it pruned to where it doesn't start any new shoots out the edges. But the tomatoes that are starting, I'll go ahead and let them grow. I'm not worried about that. I think they'll, it's already put the time into it and into the foliage and stuff. I'm gonna let them grow and see what happens. Usually I would have cut this whole thing off weeks ago, but I wanted to make a video of it and it's taken a while. Okay, this whole branch here, popping the whole thing off. Looks like a lot of tomato plant. It's even got a little tomato on it. Oh, that's just kills you to do that. Yeah, I'm not even gonna keep it. Let's see. This one here I'm gonna take off just above, just here at the top because there's some tomatoes on it. I'll leave that one there. And looking for any other signs of growth down towards the bottom where their little shoots are growing out. I don't want any more of those. I want it to grow the tomatoes that are on the main shoots. There's only one thing better than a fresh salad in the spring or summertime. And that's a fresh salad with a brand new ripe tomato. See how this looks. All right. There we go. So try to find a bucket to throw some dirt in and put a plant in it. This time of year I would think probably cabbages or broccoli or something like that if you're starting from seed, or if you can find a full grown tomato plant, you might even be able to get some tomatoes still through the rest of the year. Hopefully you've already got them in the ground. So grow someplace. Have a nice day. That makes it all worth it.